Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you game 2 of a replay between Sweet and Shore here on Plunder Isle. We have Sweet spawning on the top left hand position as the purple undead player. We have Shore spawning on the bottom right hand as the yellow orc player. Sweet did take game 1 of this best of 3 matchup between them from the Trophy of Legends Shadow League game, and now Shore is now in a do or die situation. Sweet can clinch it with this game. Let's see if Shore will be able to push a game 3 or if Sweet can close the deal here. We do have an Altar of Darkness and a Ziggurat and an early Crypt coming into play, so even though Sweet went Fiends the first game, perhaps he likes Ghouls on this second matchup. We do have an earlier Barracks coming out from Shore as well, so both players changing up their strategies just a little bit. Shore realizing that he did not have enough units in that last fight. He was sitting on 1400 gold and getting population locked at 90 over 90. Taking a look at this, we do not have... I'm just waiting a couple seconds to see what heroes are going to be coming out. Sweet most likely going Death Knight, Shore most likely going Blade Master, but you can never be too sure. We do have the Blade Master coming in from Shore. Meanwhile, we have the Death Knight coming in from Sweet. So pretty standard game coming in so far. Ghouls gathering wood, crypts, no graveyard yet, so it is going to be a confirmation that it is going to be an early game Ghouls. An early Acolyte now doing some scouting as well, as long as the Peon heading to the north. Now heading back over here, we do have a Barracks nearing completion and a Grunt should be produced, currently sitting at 17 over 20, so pretty standard build coming in from Shore as well. Acolyte will be able to come in and see what's happening here. Excuse me. Ghouls being played, a Death Knight coming out. Not sure if the Death Knight will be opening up with Death Coil or Unholy Aura. We saw Fav doing Unholy Aura against an Orc player very early in the game, and it just wreaking havoc on I forget who his opponent was. Anyways, we have the Blade Master now pushing back out. We have I gotta believe that it's gonna be a Death Coil and Rod of Necromancy pushing out as well. We have a check to make sure that there isn't any early any early expansion attempt. Blade Master now just hiding up on the high ground, hoping that the Blade Master or the Death Knight will pass him by. This is brought to you by Shadow League one more time. Now, once again, we have the Death Knight now coming in. The Death Knight not really caring about those units, and perhaps he didn't see it, but I can't believe that's the case. The Death Knight, we have what, Mirror Image being the first tech skill. What is this? A very, very old school tactic, as the Mirror Image is going to be doing some damage. And the Death Knight now trying to, Mirror Image takes some damage. Wow, I don't remember the last time I saw Mirror Image as the first particular skill being used. We do have an Ensnare being brought down, and down goes an Acolyte. We do have a low hit point Grunt as well. So let's see if he's going to cast up another Mirror Image, and perhaps, yes, another Mirror Image, and try to get some additional tanking in there on that Blade Master. Blade Master now trying to focus down that one Death Knight, and a Ghoul or Grunt unfortunately is most likely going to fall due to some harassment, and down to 16 hit points. He's got to worry for that skeletal minion. There's no Goblin stepping up there, not quite sure what he's trying to run towards. Down to 4 hit points, and that Grunt will fall. Oh, it falls to the creeps instead. Meanwhile, we have the Death Knight currently sitting at no experience still, and Blade Master going to go ahead and wake up those creeps, try to take down those units, and the Death Knight not quite sure which one is the real Blade Master. You can always bet it's never the one with the lower hit points. And a skeletal minion now low on hit points. Death Knight trying to finish off this particular creep camp. May be able to finish off the Ogre Magi. No, does not want to finish off that Ogre Magi, and is going to take down the Poacher right there. Death Knight, oh, now Ghouls coming into play, so Ghouls are going to be able to finish off that Ogre Magi. Let's see if he can, down to 101 hit points. Does a Death Coil down to 2 hit points. It goes down, so we have Circuit of Nobility being picked up. Oh, wow, and the Blade Master is now trying to run to the north, trying to do some additional creeping, but the Death Knight was able to creep out his opponent's creep camp, clear his expansion for him, and almost get to level 2 as well. We have the Blade Master currently sitting at level 1, going to pick up a Tome of Agility, so that's a nice +1 damage for him, but we'll see how that's going to really affect everything. We have a Peon going on the fritz, doing a little bit of a patrol, making sure that there isn't any expansion attempt. Death Knight wanting to see if where Shore is creeping, and not quite. He still hasn't found him yet. He's gonna go ahead and circle down, take down that Nightcrawler, and the Blade Master is gonna head to the north. Looks like he did pick up some items. Not quite sure if he picked what's happening elsewise. Shore already at Stronghold, getting the Shadow Hunter. Meanwhile, Halls of the Dead nearing completion, coming in for Sweet, and the Blade Master wanting to find where the undead player is. Didn't check his own green camp, and the Death Knight is going to come in and just rain damage on all of this right now. The peasants now trying to hide in those little burrows. More peasants in there. Let's see how this is going to go ahead and play out. Peons trying to repair, as well as the grunts are now going to come back in, and the Blade Master is going to be forced to hide or run, and he is going to actually hide using that Cloak of Shadows. So nice play coming in as well. And meanwhile, we have a Ghoul trying to run away, and Ghoul is running to the north. Death Knight just sitting there. Moment of silence. Okay, now going to go ahead and run out and head off to the north. We do not have... Oh, now a quick tech to Citadel already. So, not staying at Halls of the Dead very long. Doing a quick tech to Citadel, training a Lich as the secondary hero, and the Death Knight uses the Rod of Necromancy one more time in order to get some additional skeletons and additional harassment. Ghoul's now heading back up to the north, trying to gather some additional lumber as well. So Sweet currently sitting at 35 over 40 food. At the same time, Shore's sitting at 34 over 40. And the Blade Master going to take down one skeletal minion. Blade Master still sitting at level 1 after all this time, and the Death Knight now already sitting at level 2, trying to push out a little bit further. With that Unholy Aura, it has a little bit more mobility on this map. Shadow Hunter is still pushing out, not quite sure where he wants to really go at this point. And Ghoul is gathering some additional lumber. Not much really happening right now. It looks like we're gonna have an attack attempt and also an expansion attempt. So the main army may try to start doing damage on each other to see if the Blade Master is gonna teleport back. Lich is currently in play, picks up a Rod of Necromancy, and that's a lot of units and a lot of ghouls currently in play. Let's see if the Lich is gonna fall. We do not have a Hex currently. Frost armor as the first item, so very, very nice as he tries to take down that Hex. And the nice Death Coil coming in, and teleportation coming in as well. So units going down left and right. A quick Hex. The Hex on the wrong unit, most likely wanted to Hex the Death Knight, but unable to Hex the Death Knight. And the Shadow Hunter falls. Wow, what a bad play coming in from Shore. Shore not doing a really good job this game, and this is a best of 3 match, and he did lose game 1. He does have an expansion up and run, or expansion underway, so the expansion may be able to pull him through if he can get the game to last that long. But with Black Citadel already being researched, and destroyers statues being built, and destroyer research almost available, I cannot see this game going well for Shore at this point. Shore is just really, really far behind. Tech advantage and hero advantage and unit advantage. So that's 3 out of 3, and that's real bad. Sweet is currently sitting at 38 over 50. Picks up an Orb of Corruption, and let's see when he's going to start upgrading that Destroyer form upgrade. Blade Master now currently sitting at level 2, so that is a little bit better for him. Shadow Hunter already back in play, as it was only a level 1 hero coming in, and we have Ogre Magi now coming in as well, trying to do some additional damage. We have Grunts now being researched, and a being built, and Bestiary being built. So Ensnare is going to try to be used at this point. Troll Trappers are going to go down. Statue is doing a good job. I think the Statue is it doing the double heal tactic? Not quite sure what he's doing. Death Knight almost level 3, and Shadow Hunter trying to get to level 2 as well, going to take down as many units as quickly possible. Does not have a healing wave, unfortunately. Only has Hex, so unable to really heal the damage from all this poison damage over time. Stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between Shore and Sweet here on Plunder Isle.